All right, so the number one question on the everyone's mind, if you will, is A, should I summon for the great, wonderful, very cool and good-looking Roxy? Now, I could have said so many more things there, but I'll keep it there. I think we know what we're all thinking, but this character is pretty good, and it's in a very weird area because you just went off a lot of banners that you may have skipped, okay? For example, you may have skipped Mael, you may have skipped Ludo, you potentially may have skipped, Magelda, right? So you might be in an area where you're, like flourishing in gems. You got so many. Because of that, you're like, you know what should I do? Today, I'll try to answer that question to the best of my ability. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. I'll give you my 10 cents, unbiased, and the proper answer, if you will. Let's talk about it. First thing, as always, with the should you summon, what is the banner like? Yes, the banner is not too crazy, but it is crazy at the same time. The thing is, they kind of nuked the banner by adding a lot of garbage units, right? But it's like a collection paradise, if you will. People are missing these characters because they haven't summoned for a catastrophe banner in a while. This wasn't on a lot of banners recently, so it's a good chance for people to obtain these units. For example, this is one of the biggest reasons people are summoning, but if this is your only reason for summoning, click off this video and give up. Don't attempt it. Do not attempt it. If you're summoning for, let's say, Roxy, Freya, Mono, Thonar, and Freya, okay, we're getting somewhere. You have a lot of other units you're looking for, right? Don't just chase one unfeatured unit. I will smack you. That is the worst thing you could ever do. If you're chasing 2 or 3, maybe you're in a better area, but if you're chasing the featured plus 2 or 3, that is the main goal you're trying to get to, okay? You want the main unit, that's all you want, but if you get those on the side, that's the win. That is how you should always approach these banners. So yes, Freya is here, but it doesn't mean you should be summoning to get her like that. Got it? It's a bad idea. It'll never end up good for you. That is there, okay? But again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are like the best units possible, right? They're very good, they're a collection, and they're missing for a lot of you, right? Again, I'm saying best as in, this character not too great, but you're missing her. It's GB points. It's good for your account, and you know it's good to at least collect a unit, because who knows when you'll actually get a chance to do that, right? So out of those units that's there, she's also pretty collection, and so are these other ones. But again, if you have majority of the banner and you don't care for them, you don't need to summon. You could save for other things. There'll be better banners in the future, which we can vote for and build up and actually get some good units on, where these, kind of filthy units that you may have gotten a lot of, you don't need them. You can save for a different banner, right? So keep that in mind. But with the banner itself, it's a 50-50. Depends on what you need and depends on where you are in the game and where you're situated on if you need these dupes, you need these characters, or what it's looking like for you. So keep that in mind, right? Now, on to the topic of Roxy herself. We'll hop over to GC Database and I'll talk about the character skills and all that and break that down. So hopping over here to GC Database, this is the character's attacks. She has a Flood card. She also has a Spike card. She has her passive as increases the hero's crit chance by 40% for every human ally in battle if a critical strike occurs from a human ally's single target skill. Inflicts additional damage equal to 300% of the hero's attack at the start of the battle. Applies only 1 additional damage per skill. That's how her passive works. Keep that in mind. Next up, this is the bind, and this is why she is a very good character, and a lot of people are trying to pull on this banner initially, so they can at least get an initial copy, and then potentially pull some dupes later on. But this is it. Bind of Frenzy increases the attack-related stats of human characters with this bind effect by 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 10%. Multiplier is based on ultimate level, right? So the bind itself is pretty good, but if you're only getting like 3% off the bat there, kind of sucks. If you dupe her out, that's pretty good. So you better hope when you're pulling, if you're going the full 600, try to get as many dupes as possible so that you can at least raise her bind. Because if you do hit like 7, 8, 10%, that's a good amount. That's additional damage, right? Which is always welcome. So keep it in mind that that's where that stands. Again, with this character, the bind is a big thing. So when people are pulling, a lot of people are pulling for the bind. They're also pulling because she's a great damage dealer, and she has a lot of potential for future characters because she is falling under human race, right? And potentially, the next festival might be Bon. Future more, if you were to jump, there is potentially Arthur. Future more, if you were to jump, there's also a collaboration that might be human, right? So there's a lot of things that this character does pose a great buff to, but it depends on what they end up releasing, right? They can release another demon and just buff demon meta again. What are you gonna do? There's also the fact that this character is a little bit more, what's the word? I would say glass cannon, right? She takes a lot of damage, and it's gonna happen. She'll get shredded very fast, but she deals an insane amount of damage. People were like one-turning on JP, I saw it. I was pretty crazy that this character is really good. It is, not saying anything. This character is very good. Just again, she is a little bit less on HP. that's where it kind of falls short. And again, demon meta is being like run rampant now because they both have what relics, all that's occurring, and they're just pretty strong altogether, right? So again, depends on how you're going to use this character and where you're going to use this character. But waifu reasons, you don't even need this video. If you're going to summon for waifu, this is your waifu. Have fun, go and jump in and have a blast for the banner. And again, if you're asking, yo, am I going to be screwed for the collab? Is that going to screw me up? I did the gem guide, I made the final result. I basically said, if you're at this certain amount, you're good to go. So if you watch that, you're basically in the clear. And again, if you need that, I recommend watching it, so you at least have an idea of where you can get to before the collab releases, and when this banner is about to end, so you at least have that as a idea. But again, remember, when it does come down to it, there is a collab around the corner, and this is why a lot of people are really hesitant to pull, because if you are at a small amount of gems right now, there is no reason to touch this banner if you care for a collaboration. But remember, in the case that you are low and you don't end up getting to 600 before the collab leaves, you potentially lose out on those collab units forever, or for a very long time. Right? Where we currently stand is the collab didn't drop this month, which means it only has one more chance to drop. It can drop in April, which it should 100% drop in April, off of what we know. Now again, if they push it back and put Ragnarok, kind of doesn't make sense. They also just used up all the Ragnarok roster on this banner and the last one. They split it up between Magilda and this. So I don't see them doing Ragnarok this month, but again, they could. Most likely, 100% it's kind of leading on the collaboration for dropping. So that's April, right? So you're right here on March 31st. That's what you just got here, which let's say it's, in this case, Roxy, which it is. April 14th, what is that going to be? Okay, is it going to be some game-breaking unit? We don't know. It should be some sort of storyline unit. There is no like holiday they have to aim for, so it's either a storyline unit or something else of the sort. I don't know. So just go with something, a new seasonal Ragnarok if they want to. But there is no seasonal to jump like for there unless they go all the way for what is it, Brunhild's version, which is the like wedding one, which again, it's too early for that. So some sort of story unit, maybe a goddess, maybe a demon, maybe Gelda. This is a perfect chance to drop Gelda because again, she is a story unit and she's literally right there in the story. So that's there, which would be another waifu, yikes. But beyond that, I think that you are smooth sailing until the collaboration. If you are at a decent amount, pull for Roxy, go and enjoy. If you're not at a decent amount, then go and just try and save for the collab. You will get Roxy in the future. She should be on vote banner. She should be on future, banners like these ones for Catastrophe, where they give us a new awakened character. You pull for that awakened character and Roxy, boom, you're good to go. There's also the problem where, let's say you don't pull, let's say you miss out, and there is a collab, and it's all human collab, and she's really damn great for that collab, then you missed out there too. So in the end, you really can win. It's either your decision on, should I invest in the character? Should I do this to the character? She is good. She is very strong and she is very helpful. Her bind is pretty good too. Overall, I would say it's a pretty spicy banner if you need those characters. Again, yes, part of it is lesser of value, but a lot of it is. So it's mainly a situational character. If you want her, you summon. If you're into waifus and this is your waifu, don't even like talk about it. Just go and summon, go and have fun. If you want a strong character and you think she's meta defining, I wouldn't say meta defining, but she is really damn good, right? So you could skip and not regret it if you don't plan on pulling for the collaboration. You could skip it and regret it if she doesn't return for a while, and she does work for the collaboration. All of that is kind of facts. If you look at it, Merlin was prior to Filo, and Merlin plus Filo equals broken, right? So you see in what capacity that's designed and how this is designed too. So that's where that currently stands, but your decision. It's up to you at the end of the day. So decide, do you want her or do you not want her? But for me, if you're asking what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm most likely going to pull. Most likely I'm going to pull for various reasons, like two big ones, but still, I'm going to pull. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. With that, I'll basically catch the next one, but there's also Magilda. So remember, at the end of the day, would you rather have a character that's more open, good with a bind, good with all that, or a character that can also potentially get buffed later on, which is Magilda, which she might work for Demonic Beast, of all sort, when another unit releases that makes her just broken and insane? Both of them exist. So it's two problems that they've set in front of you. Do you believe in them buffing these characters or releasing something that makes them broken? Or do you believe that they're just not going to do anything, it's just going to be garbage, and they have no future ahead of them? Your decision. You decide what you want, but again, just putting it out there, those are all the pros and the cons. In the end, it is all situational. Decide, do you need her? Do you want her? Do you love her? And then go. Yeah, it sounded really awkward, but yeah.